Sailed away from Troas. This trip of his would someday change the world. I wonder if he knew that one day he'd be known as the apostle who left it all to serve the Lord. I wonder if Paul knew, with each shipwreck and each trial, as he wrote the details down for all to see, that every sacred line would become the Holy Bible and be passed on down till it found its way to me. To fulfill the Father's plan, to get the gospel to us. And I wonder if he knew there'd be millions that would follow if he would just preach to the few. I wonder if he I wonder if you know, when you rose up from your pillow, the Father knew the lives you touched today. I wonder if you know, through eyes filled with sorrow, they're watching you, though they don't know your name. Steps they'll follow to the throne.
a servant of God, and a friend to man.
Hello, young people. Hello, everyone. Hello, Pathfinder Nation. How are we doing today? I'm so excited to do another episode of Pathfinder Strong with you. And today, in this episode, we're going to be talking about being stressed out as young people. Let me ask you, have you ever been stressed out? I know, I've been stressed out. I can speak for myself and say that I think I'm stressed out right now. How about I Google the signs of being stressed out, see if I'm overreacting. Got it. Number one, it says shoulder and neck pain. Let's check. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely shoulder and neck pain. Number two, it says shortness of breath. That's interesting. Number three, it says headaches. Oh, yeah. That one coming on. There it is. That's the headache. And number four, it says dizziness. Ooh. Is the room spinning? Is it just me? Is everyone else okay? Is there an earthquake? You know what? Let me put away this phone. It's not helping me one bit. It's just making me even more stressed. You know, whenever we feel overwhelmed and stressed out and like things just keep piling up and up and up on our plates, it's important to sign off and sign in for some time with Jesus. We can take comfort in verses like Matthew chapter 6, verse 25, which just tells us not to worry about our life. In fact, he says, "For this reason I say to you, do not worry about your life." So we can just sit back, relax, put our feet up, and enjoy what we have for our show today. And also enjoy what Jesus has in store for us. So, relax and let's go.
Hi, my name is Jilla Arid. I'm currently attending the University of Ontario Institute of Technology to study electrical engineering. I'd say going to university during this pandemic is a bit of a challenge with everything being online, because certain labs and things that I wish I could get my hands on personally to really understand how it works, I have to settle for videos of it being demonstrated or just simulations. But it's also a bit of a blessing because instead of having to wake up really early and go somewhere, I have the time to just get up, turn on my laptop, and log into a Zoom call or Google Meets. So it gives me a lot more time to plan out my day and have a good amount of rest, I'd say. I'd also say I was pretty adequately prepared because my final semester of high school was all online, so I already had to go through that, and it made the transition to being online at university a lot easier because it was like I've already done this and I know what I had to do when I was online in high school. So now I just have to take the same concepts and the same method I was working with and double it up for university because it's a lot more work on myself, since now my teachers have like over 1,000 kids to really be watching and teaching, so they can't help everyone and they don't have as much time to help out. I'd say I was able to make a lot of connections between Pathfinders and what I learned in Pathfinders and what I'm doing in university. Because one, Pathfinders taught me to be hardworking, right? The Pathfinder books, it was a lot about having the time to get your honors done, get your regular book work done, and still live a regular life. And it really taught me to manage my time for university, as well as even in what I'm studying. Since I'm doing engineering, which involves science, you can see the places where science has its limitations, and it opens up the conversation for, if science can't answer everything, there must be another answer out there, and that answer is God. So in one of my classes currently, we're actually discussing if science is the only way to tell the truth. And because of my experience with Pathfinders, I'm able to more accurately represent my opinion in that science isn't the only way. I'd say university hasn't had the chance to live up to my expectations yet, only because since it's fully online, I haven't been able to actually go in and experience what it's like to really be on campus and interact with the people. But in terms of the workload, I'd I'd say it definitely lived up to my expectations. It's a lot of work, but if you're hardworking and just keep pushing forward, and trust in God, you'll get through. If there's anything I'd change in my preparation process, I'd say get more sleep. It's important to get a lot of rest because there's going to be a lot of days where your brain's just tired and you're going from class to class from like 8 o'clock in the morning to 5. So sleep is very important. I wish I had better sleeping habits. And to all my fellow Pathfinders out there and anyone looking to go to university or college, I'd say the most important thing is trust in God for one, and manage your time. Take the time, get calendars, notes, sticky notes, booklets, whatever you have, and plan a schedule for yourself. Even right now, use your books as an example and the time it takes for you to plan to do those, and it'll transfer over into when you have to do university work. Because there's going to be a lot of projects and assignments thrown at you, and it can seem like a lot, but if you really manage your time and work on your time management skills, you'll get through it. So I message you guys and wish you guys all the best.
Yesterday, young people across the province and around the world participated in Global Youth Day, a time when we reached out to people in our community through acts of service and of kindness. I would like to say a big thank you to our Pathfinder clubs and Pathfinders who are out there being the hands and feet of Jesus Christ. Let's continue to fulfill our pledge to be a servant of God and a friend to man. Tonight on Hotspot, we have Pathfinders from the Northwest Brampton Agalos Pathfinder Club and a special guest to talk to us about how we deal with stress.
Hi everyone, welcome back to another segment of Hotspot. My name is Cheyenne and today with me I have 3 guests. May you guys please introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Lani. Hello, my name is Anli.
Hello, my name is Nyasha Smith-Ruddock, and I am a friend of the Pathfinders, here to talk about stress with you today.
And thank you guys so much for joining me today. So like mentioned, we are talking about stressed out. So what are some things that stress you out? Let's start with Anli.
Some of the things that stress me out is not having enough work or activities to do. And sometimes it feels like I'm doing the same things over and over again each day. I also get stressed about having changes in my daily life.
What about Lelandly?
I usually get stressed out when I have a big test or a project or a presentation, and with all the things going on with the pandemic and the uncertainty and the problems, it's very stressful.
Same with me, I get stressed, especially when I have a lot of work to be done by the end of the week. So having that really stresses me out. Ms. Ruddock, what do you have to say about that?
Well, stress, boy. Even coming onto this broadcast, you probably experienced a little bit of stress, kind of thinking about what am I going to say, or how am I going to look, or what are people going to think about me? Obviously, stress is a part of our everyday life, and stress doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing, because when you talk about some of those situations, stress has probably helped you to prepare for those situations even better. So a little bit of stress, don't be afraid of it. It's okay.
So how do you deal with your stress? Let's start with Lelandly.
For when I deal with my stress, I usually make a plan for it. Like, for example, if I have a big project, I would plan when I'm gonna work on it, from what sections, and that helps me to stay organized and to stay calm.
Some of the ways I deal with my stress is by coloring or sketching. I also like to be creative and have fun with my family and read my Bible.
So I kind of deal with my stress similar to Leilani. I actually have an agenda that I have that I can write down all the things that I plan on doing throughout the week. So it kind of takes a little bit of stress off of me.
Oh, I think those are really great suggestions. I think those are awesome ways to kind of manage your stress. In fact, doing something creative can take some of the stress off of your brain and allows your brain to kind of function in a fun way. So it changes the kind of stressful environment in the brain into a more fun environment. And just getting organized can also help you to deal with your stress. So I love the suggestions that have already been made.
And what is an advice that you would tell someone who is younger than you that is dealing with stress, Miss Rhoda?
Well, like I said, stress doesn't have to be feared. You don't have to be afraid of having a little bit of stress because they can really work to your advantage. Where you have to be concerned about stress is when it overwhelms you. And so we have generally 3 responses to stress or fear, and that's fight, flight, or freeze. Now, when your brain starts to fight or run away from situations, or when you freeze and you can't operate or you can't do the things that you need to do, that's when you need to be concerned about your stress. And what I suggest that you do is sometimes just do what God allowed you to do. The first thing that He did into your body was breathe. Breathe. So just taking a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. I call it balloon breathing because when you think about a balloon expanding through your breath, that's kind of a way to release some of your tension and some of your frustration. Do some balloon breathing. I also think for little kids, I suggest cookie breathing. I don't know about you, but I love freshly baked cookies. And when we bake cookies at our house, you like them too? We bake cookies at our house, our kids can't wait to eat them. But the thing about it is when a cookie comes right out of the oven, it's super hot, even though it smells super great. So what we have to do is we take the cookie out of the oven, we smell it, and then we blow it. We smell it, and we blow it. That's what we call cookie breathing. There's lots of different strategies that you can use to really calm yourself down when you feel stressed, but those are 2 really great ones to put in your little back pocket for those moments when you don't have time to write a note or paint something or draw something. Just take a breath.
To end off, I'm going to leave you guys with a verse that I think really relates to stress. So this verse is taken from Philippians 4 verses 6, and it says, "Don't worry about anything, instead pray about everything. Tell God what you need and thank Him for all He has done." And I think that verse is super important because one way that you can also deal with your stress is to tell other people and take it off of you. But if you don't feel comfortable telling other people, you can always bring it to God, because even before you bring it to God, He already knows how you're feeling. So thank you, viewers, so much for joining me again. And thank you, guests, for joining me on another segment of Hot Squad.
Pathfinder Strong is looking for a creative video editor to join our team. If you have the skills and would like more experience and exposure, then please email us at pathfinderstrong@ontariopathfinders.ca. It's time for you to join our team.
You see this? This is like a tennis racket. However, it had electricity. And these are to kill mosquitoes during the summer. Most any type of bug, but especially mosquitoes. When we see a mosquito, when I see one, I immediately turn this on, and you'll see that the light turns green, which means it's active and it's ready to kill any mosquito on my way. That's like our Christian life. The devil are like the mosquitoes. They're everywhere. So many evil angels surrounding us, making us think that we're not worth it, telling us that what's the point of praying, tempting our minds, doubting our spiritual life. And the tennis racket is our weapon, which is prayer. Prayer is so important. It's like the most powerful weapon that we as Seventh-day Adventists, that we as Christians can use to defeat the devil. There's one thing that the devil fears. It's when we go on our knees and proclaim the name of Jesus Christ. He hates it. So anytime you feel like you're alone, you're scared, just grab that prayer weapon and just hit him and tell him, in the name of Jesus Christ, you are not going to tempt me today.
What's up, Pathfinders? It's Timothy Fagmero here, the Pathfinder Director of the Soaring Eagles Nigerian Pathfinder Club, and we're here for the next challenge. Now, this one might be a little tricky, unlike the last one, but we're gonna see how many jumping jacks you can do in a minute. It's a fitness challenge, and I'm sure anybody can try it. Are you ready? Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Keep going. Almost there. 20 more seconds. Four, 3, 2, 1. Woo! There you go. That's a little quick fitness challenge. Shoot, I lost count on how many jumping jacks that I did. But if you guys are down for the challenge, post your challenge, do your challenge, post your challenge, send it to us. We'll feature it on the next episode of Pathfinder Strong. And remember, kids, always be a servant of God and a friend to man.
I think tonight's show went pretty well, don't you think, Pathfinders? Well, thank you for watching Pathfinder Strong, and remember to like and comment on our videos and subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so that you know when we will be here next. You might as well hit it right now. Go ahead. Our next episode should be on April 4th. See you next time and stay safe. Goodbye.